You are 28. Be an adult. My dad snapped, his eyes narrowing as I asked him for $5,500. I just froze for a second. It wasn't because I was scared of his reaction, but because he had absolutely no idea what I was hiding. My name is Olivia Clark, and that day would change my entire life. I had always been the responsible one, or at least, that's what everyone in my family thought. I paid my bills on time. I held a steady, respectable job, and I never really asked for much. But the truth, I had been quietly building something huge on the side, something I wasn't ready to share with anyone. And that $5,500 was the final, critical piece I needed to make it all happen. $5,500, he repeated, his tone just dripping with disbelief. Olivia, you're 28 years old. You should know better than to ask your parents for that kind of money. I took a deep breath. I knew this was my one shot. I had to be convincing, or he'd never, ever give it to me. Dad, I know it's a lot, but it's an investment. I promise you, it is going to pay off. He scoffed and leaned back in his big armchair. An investment? Olivia, when I was your age, I didn't need handouts from my parents. Be an adult, figure it out yourself. That was his usual line, the one he'd been using for years. But this time I wasn't going to just walk away empty-handed. What he didn't know was that I had been secretly, tirelessly, working on a startup for the last 2 years. So many late nights, endless hours of research, and countless personal sacrifices had gone into this dream. I'd even managed to secure some clients on the quiet, but I needed just one last push to make everything official and take it to the next level. I pulled out my laptop and opened the folder I had jokingly labeled Dad 1TC this shit. Charts, contracts, and detailed financial projections filled the entire screen. Look, I said, pointing at the numbers. This isn't just me asking for money. This is a plan. I've already done all the hard work. The $5,500 will cover our first big product shipment. And look right here. I already have the buyers lined up. You're not just giving me money, Dad. You're helping me start something that will earn so much more in return. His eyebrows shot up. He leaned forward, squinting at the screen. I could literally see the wall of skepticism start to crumble, replaced by a flicker of genuine curiosity. For years, I had been so underestimated in our family. Everyone thought I was the dreamer, the one who wouldn't stick to anything serious. But here it was, right in front of him, hard proof that I could do more than just survive. I could thrive. I don't know, Olivia, he muttered, clearly torn. It's a lot of money, and I just worry you're rushing into this. I nodded. I was expecting this. I get it, Dad, but I've never been more ready for anything in my life. I've saved, I've researched everything, and I am prepared for the risks. You're not just helping me, you're re-trusting me, and I promise you, I will not let you down. For a long moment, he just stared at me, and the silence in the room was so thick with tension. Then, slowly, he reached for his wallet. All right, he said quietly. $5,500, but you better make me proud. A huge smile spread across my face. That day, I didn't just get the money I earned. His respect. I left the house with my laptop, my head held high, and a heart just full of determination. That $5,500 became the seed that grew my business. Within a single year, I had turned it into something my dad couldn't possibly ignore. A thriving company generating 6 figures. When I finally showed him what I had accomplished, he didn't yell, he didn't lecture me. He just shook his head and smiled. I guess I underestimated you, he admitted. You really are an adult, Olivia. That single moment was worth everything. I had proved that age and appearances don't define your maturity. It's your actions, your courage, and your perseverance that do. And from that day on, my dad never doubted me again. Thanks so much for listening to my story. If this resonated with you, I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and join our community. See you in the next video.